Hello friends, welcome to yet another session on fins. So in this session we will see the case number 1. So before that we have seen the second order differential equation. This is the second order differential equation we have seen, and the solution to this second order differential equation is nothing but theta is equal to c1 e to the power mx plus c2 e to the power minus mx. So for those who have missed this lecture, kindly watch this lecture, then only watch this lecture, because all the concepts are based on the previous lecture. The link is shared in the description box. So today we will start with the case number 1. So what is the case number 1? That the heat dissipation from an infinitely long fin. So I hope the solution is clear to you. This is the solution which we are supposed to keep in mind. So theta is equal to c1 e to the power mx plus c2 e to the power minus mx. So now let's see the case number 1, that is for an infinitely long fin. So consider this as a fin. Okay, let the length of the fin is infinite. So here the base, the fin is attached to a base whose temperature is T0 and the surrounding temperature is nothing but T infinity. So these are the conditions which are given to us. So now this is the graph. It shows the graph is plotted against temperature versus the distance. So you will get a temperature profile. So this is the temperature profile you can see. So from the temperature profile it is clear that as the length it increases, gradually the temperature decreases, and after some times it will attain the temperature of the surrounding, that is nothing but T infinity. So here the temperature you can see, as the length is increasing, for particular distance the temperature will fall, and then it will continue fall, and again after that it will attain the temperature of the surrounding. Here you can see from here it has attained the temperature of the surrounding. So it is necessary that the length of the fin should be selected properly, right? So this is one important point that you should keep into consideration, that after particular length, if we are after particular length, if the length is increased, it will be of no use. So this point are supposed to be kept into consideration. That's why the main concept of focus is given on the length. Why length? Because if we go on increasing the length, okay, it will be of no use, because it will not help for the heat to transfer into the surrounding. So this is one drawback, and obviously your material cost will also increase. So for the optimum length the fins are designed. After this, if the fin is installed, it will be of no use, because it has attained the temperature of the surrounding. So that one point I request you to keep into mind. Okay, so now consider a infinitely long fin. So this is an infinitely long fin. Okay, means the length is infinity, the base is at T0 and it is at T infinity. Now what we will do, we will apply the boundary conditions. So you know this equation, theta is equal to T minus T infinity. This is the excess temperature equation. We have seen this. I will just go back and show you. See, this we have seen. Theta is equal to T minus TA. See, here I have changed the notation a little bit. So theta is equal to T minus T infinity. And what is this T? T is a temperature at a particular location with respect to X. Now what we will do, we will apply the boundary conditions. So first boundary conditions, that is at X is equal to 0. So at X is equal to 0, what is the temperature? The temperature, it is nothing but the base temperature. So we will substitute X is equal to 0 and T is equal to T0 in the above equation. So the equation, it becomes theta is replaced by theta 0, T is replaced by T0 minus T infinity. So this is a simple substitution. So what here you are supposed to keep it in mind. For example, if the base is maintained at a temperature of 50 degree, okay, so just at the starting where the fin is attached, here also the temperature will be 50 degrees. So as you go on moving in this direction, what will happen? The temperature here will be, say for example 40, here it will be 30, here it will be around 28, and after some times it will attain the atmospheric temperature. Say for example, we assume the atmospheric temperature as 25. So after this it will have a uniform temperature, that is nothing but the atmospheric temperature. Okay, so the first case, I hope it is clear, first boundary condition. Now next boundary condition we will apply at x is equal to L. So as I have told you, at this location what will be the temperature? The temperature will be T infinity. Okay, so I will replace at x is equal to L, I will replace T by T infinity. So what I will do now, I will substitute the value in the below equation. So theta is equal to, I will substitute T by T infinity. So I will get the value of theta is equal to 0 at x is equal to L. Okay, now we know this is the second order differential equation, solution to the second order differential equation. Now what we will do, we will substitute the values. So applying the boundary condition number 1, what was the boundary condition number 1? At x is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta 0, right? So at x is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta 0 or t is equal to t0, we will substitute this boundary condition in this equation. So just have a look. What I will do, I will substitute the value. So I will replace theta by theta 0. X I will replace by 0. So what happens? E to the power 0 will be what? It will be 1. So this is 1, and e to the power minus 0 again, it will be 1. So I will get an equation theta 0 is equal to C1 plus C2. That is at x is equal to 0. So I have found out one equation. Theta 0 is equal to C1 plus C2. So name this equation as equation number 3 now. Now next what we will do, we will apply the second boundary condition. What is the second boundary condition? The second boundary condition is nothing but x is equal to L, t is T infinity. So we will substitute this value in this equation. So we know at x is equal to L, theta is 0. So I will replace theta by 0 over here. C1 e to the power m, I will replace x by infinity, plus C2 e to the power minus x, again I will replace the x by infinity. So this is the equation I will get. Now what I will do, 1 to the power infinity is what? 0. So automatically this term gets equal to 0, right? So what I am left with? I am left with this equation, 0 is equal to C1 e to the power mx. Now for this equation to hold true, okay, your C1 should also be equal to 0, then only your left hand side and the right hand side will match. So for this condition, your C1 must be equal to 0. If C1 is equal to 0, then only you will get the LHS equal to RHS. So what we get from the logic, that your C1 must be equal to 0. So substitute C1 is equal to 0 in this equation number 3. So what I get? I get C2 is equal to theta 0, right? So I have got the value of C1 now. I have got the value of C2 now. Now what I will do, I will substitute the value of this C1 and C2 in this equation number A. So this is written substituting the value in equation number A. So theta, that is equal to this whole terms, it becomes 0 as C1 is 0, plus C2. What is C2? T0 minus T infinity. So this is replaced by T0 minus T infinity multiplied by e to the power minus mx. So name this equation as equation number 4. Now what we can write down? We can write the same equation as theta is equal to, what is this, T minus T0? Sorry, T0 minus T infinity. It is nothing but theta 0. Here we have found out. Just I will show you. Theta 0 is equal to T0 minus T infinity. So what I will do, I will substitute T0 minus T infinity by theta 0. So I will get the equation as theta divided by theta 0, that is equal to e to the power minus x, or I can write it as T minus T infinity divided by T0 minus T infinity, that is equal to the e to the power minus x. So this is nothing but the temperature distribution equation. Okay, I hope the temperature distribution equation is very much clear to you. It is very simple. Just apply the boundary conditions at x is equal to 0 and at x is equal to L. Substitute the boundary condition in the second order differential equation and then you will get this equation. So this is the temperature distribution equation. Now next we will move forward to how to find out the heat flow rate from the fin, because we are more interested in the heat flow rate. So let's focus on this now. All of you know that from the Fourier's law, what is Q? Q is given by minus Ka d theta by dx at x is equal to 0. Okay, so instead of t, I am writing here theta. And what is theta? Theta is nothing but capital T minus T infinity. But from equation number 4, all of you know, theta is given by T0 minus T infinity multiplied by e to the power minus mx. I will just show you the equation number 4. See, this we have derived, right? Equation number 4 we have derived. Now what is our aim? Our aim is to find out the value of d theta by dx at x is equal to 0. So what we will do? We will differentiate this equation number 4. So very simple mathematics. So differentiate this, we get d theta by dx, that is equal to minus this mx is minus sign in bracket t0 minus t infinity, m goes down, that is m e to the power minus mx. Now what I will do? I will substitute this value in above equation because we want the equation for the heat transfer rate. So Q is equal to minus Ka in bracket this whole term. Okay, this whole term I will substitute. Okay, so this minus and minus sign, it gets cancelled. So what I get? Ka m t0 minus t infinity, and this term is what? It will be equal to 1. Why? Because if I put x is equal to 0 and e to the power 0 is nothing but your 1. So what I am getting? Q is equal to Ka m t0 minus t infinity. Now all of you know what is m. We have found out this another constant. M is equal to under root hp upon Ka. So I will substitute the value of m here. So Ka under root hp upon Ka multiplied by t0 minus t infinity. So after necessary mathematical arrangement, I get Q is equal to under root hp upon Ka multiplied by t0 minus t infinity. So this is the equation through which you can calculate the heat flow rate. So I hope this video has helped you to understand the temperature distribution equation and how to find out the heat flow for an infinitely long film. So this derivation is very much important for solving the numericals on infinitely long films. Thank you. Till then, keep watching. Happy learning.